The past 10 days have been absolutely filled with stories about Palestine and art. First up, the ACLU is suing a town in Colorado after it canceled a residency for Danielle C. Walker, a Native artist, after complaints were received about a painting she made of a Native woman wearing a keffiyeh titled G is for Genocide. Then, an Iranian-German documentary photographer, Shirin Abedi, was asked to apologize after calling for a free Palestine when she was accepting a major German award for her work by people that were claiming that her statement was dogmatic fanaticism. Meanwhile, in Canada, an art show was shut down a day after its opening because of references to Palestine in two of the works, one by an Iraqi-Canadian artist and another by an artist who was the grandchild of a Holocaust survivor. The gallery said that their decision was made due to unexpected safety and security concerns. Meanwhile, at home in Brooklyn, Urban Glass apologized for removing a Palestinian-American artist's work from their show 8 months ago that featured the phrase, "from the river to the sea." This has all happened while Israel has been striking a major World Heritage site in Lebanon. Over a dozen injuries and significant damages have been reported in Tyre since Israeli airstrikes began in the coastal city earlier last week. This is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities around the globe and was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. Now, sites like the 2nd century Hippodrome, an aqueduct, Roman baths, and the Al-Bas necropolis are critically endangered as Israel directs its attacks on the port city, claiming that Hezbollah command and control complexes are located there. Earlier this month, the Israeli army bombed Baalbek, an eastern Lebanese city that contains Roman ruins dating back 3,000 years. There, two archaeological complexes, the Temple of Bacchus and the Temple of Jupiter, have long been among the largest and best preserved ancient Roman temples in the world. Reuters reported on October 30th that the Israeli military issued a new evacuation warning for all residents of this city. Reuters also reported that Israel struck in the nearby Bekaa Valley overnight, ending the lives of 60 people in towns that did not receive any evacuation orders. The Israeli army's bombing of Baalbek earlier this month killed nearly 300 people and wounded 800 more. And of course, many artists themselves are among the victims of this continued violence. 32-year-old Palestinian artist Mohsen al-Khatib was among dozens of people killed when the Israeli army struck the Jabalia refugee camp on October 18th. Only hours before she was killed, al-Khatib posted her final illustration honoring Shaban al-Dalu, a 19-year-old student who burned to death while still connected to an IV after an Israeli airstrike targeted a tent complex at the Al-Aqsa hospital in central Gaza. Al-Khatib's death was met with devastation and outrage as thousands of social media users continue to leave messages of mourning across platforms. In January, she made a Facebook post anticipating her death, including a photo of herself she asked to be used in her memory. In October, al-Khatib wrote that she and her family were staying in Jabalia, stating that because after we lived through displacement many times, we know there is no escape.